Hello everyone, good evening. Today we are going to learn about JavaScript variables, functions and events. JavaScript variables, functions and events. Already I told you in the previous videos, JavaScript is a scripting language. We are going to include this in the HTML tag. There are three ways of including this JavaScript in the HTML tag, either by inline, internal or external. So how we are going to include this JavaScript in the HTML tag, that is a thing we previously in the previous recordings we saw. These are the three core parts of the JavaScript. Variables store data, functions perform actions, and events trigger those actions. So we are going to create a variable to store the data. We are going to write some functions which is going to perform some dynamic actions, and we are going to create some events which is going to trigger some other action. Basically, this variable functions and events, we used to handle this in all the programming languages, even in C, C++, Java, Python, everywhere. This JavaScript we are going to include in the HTML tag. Three ways we will be including that: directly writing the script inside the HTML tag, and one more type, under the script tag we will be writing this JavaScript, or keeping the externally .js file we will be including this JavaScript. So in this, we are going to do the three core performance of the JavaScript. One is we have to create the variable in the Java to store some value, and we have to write some functions in Java to perform some actions, and we have to write some events to trigger some actions in the using the JavaScript. And these all JavaScript programming, creation of the variable, creation of the function, and creation of the events we'll be doing in the HTML programming. What are functions? Functions are the block of the code that perform a task and that can be reused. It is like we are going to keep some logic one place, and we are going to reuse this logic multiple times. So functions are the block of the code that perform a task and can be reused. That can be reused. So, for example, I want to repeat one logic in at 5 places in my project. I don't want to write the code again and again there. So rather than that, I'm going to keep that logic at one place, and we're going to use that whenever it is necessary. That is called functions. It supports a modular programming. Function greet is the function I have written. In this, I'm going to create the alert of hello welcome. So whenever this function is called, it is going to throw me the message hello welcome alert in my window. So function greet is it defines a function. Greet of it is going to call the function. The diagram idea function box is labeled. So greet is going to, it is an input which is going to execute the code, output alert of message. Excuse me. So the greet, the function call, what I'm doing here only with the function keyword, I'm going to create the function. Inside this curly braces, I'm going to give the alert of hello welcome, and I'm going to close this curly braces, and I'm going to call that function. So whenever the function is called, whatever the code inside this function will be executed. That is what given here. So the greet is the input. When it is called, only the code will be executed, and it is going to throw me the alert hello welcome. So this is the way how we are going to write the functions and what are functions in JavaScript. So events are the actions that happen in the browser by clicking, typing or hovering in the web page. So I'm going to do some action in my browser. For that, I have to click the UI, or I have to type something in the UI, or I have to man hover on the UI so that the event will be responding to that action. For example, when I'm going to click the button, it has to show some message. The show message of is a JavaScript which is going to do some dynamic action on this button click event. So whenever I'm going to click a button, it has to alert here, it has to trigger a JavaScript which has to do some performance, do some actions. So on click is an event, show message is a JavaScript function which is going to do some dynamic performance. This can be returned inside the script tag. So for that, inside the script tag, inside the HTML page, I'm going to write a function show message. It is going to give the alert that button was clicked. It is going to give me the message that button was clicked. So when it is happening is, when I'm going to click the button on this event, this show message function will be executed and it will show me the message that button was clicked on the screen. It will show on the screen that button was clicked. So variables in the JavaScript are able to store the data. Functions usually define some actions. Events triggered those actions based on your user interaction. Events are going to trigger some action based on the user interaction. So my advice is try making a button that changes the color of the text whenever it is clicked. So this is the general advice we can give to check this variable functions and events in the using the JavaScript inside the HTML program. So what are the facilities we are going to provide in this course? Daily doubt clarification sections. Facilities are daily doubt clarification section, weekly assignments, 6 mini projects, 1 major project, interview questions and answer support, resume preparation assistance, mock-up interview sessions, course completion certificate, and internship certificate. These are the facilities we are going to provide in this course. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to stay tuned to the Provoke Trainings for more exciting content like this. If you have any queries on today's content or if you have any queries regarding the course, please post your queries in the below link. Please fill the full name, mobile number, email ID, location, and the course which you are opting for and click the submit button. Our team will reach out to you for further queries. Thank you all. If you really like this video, please subscribe to our channel. If you are really like this video, please provide the thumbs up and please provide your comment on the everyday's content. Thank you all. Signing off, Ambika.